Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Racist Driving League Season 13 for round number 18 of the championship, the United States Grand Prix, here at the fabulous Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. I'm your host, Zach RC, bringing you through all the action in tonight's racing. Of course, a very exciting one last time out in Singapore. Samway Blaze taking the victory to extend his lead in the Drivers' Championship, with Che Oliver coming home once again in second place. We're home for once again trying to redeem himself in the McLaren team this week at the tremendous Circuit of the Americas. We've got a few cars out for qualifying already. Leading them is the Haas of PJ Khaled, who's had a brilliant season so far. Currently sitting P7 in the Drivers' Championship, but that could be P5 by the end of today. With only 2 points separating Zach Sherman in 5th from Khaled in 4th place, with BJ Van Leeuwen. Sorry, BJ is on 104 points, sorry, that's what I meant to say. I've got myself mixed up. With BJ and the AlphaTauri thrown in the middle there for good measure. So it should be a very, very exciting one today. I'm looking forward to getting it underway. But for now, though, it's qualifying. And it should be a brilliant race for all of us here tonight. Of course, the stream rate isn't doing brilliantly, so I do apologise for that. I'll try and fix that at some point if I can. However, we do have these streams sometimes. I feel like this will be a point where it's just not going to go away. So we'll try and make the best of it, as we so often do. And speaking of making the best of things, here comes PJ Khaled on his way around for the start of his first qualifying lap. It should be very great to see how well these drivers can take on the circuit. It was entertaining last season. Will it be as entertaining this season? We're yet to find out. Here he comes now to the final corner. PJ Khaled in the Haas towards the line to begin his first flying lap. So down that main straight, up the long main straight, up the hill towards turn number 1. Look for a lot of opportunities to overtake here. It's very difficult. You can barely even see the actual apex for turn 1 is making it up the hill. But he's made a good bit of work of it. I'm going back down the hill through turn 2 now and coming towards the S's. Very tight here, very difficult to get right, and track limits already taking its first victim tonight in PJ Khaled. 25.8 was his first sector. Let's look further back now to Che Oliver, who's hopefully kept the lap valid. Yes, he has. He's at 25.3, so that's 0.2 faster. So a good start for him so far. Making his way now towards the far end of the circuit onto that very tight right-hander, braking around the 50-meter board. Really over the curbs there. Good exit. Oh, a bit of a wobble there on a wheel. He's got away with it though. Keeps on going. DRS now deployed. His teammate Fergus has to move out of the way here of his teammate and running just behind him. And yes, he will. Just before that very tight left-hander. And the track limits again, taking another victim. Have a different spot on the circuit. 1 minute 2.6 was Oliver's first split. We had to go around to the next car behind, that being, to my knowledge, that being Salve Landlord. However, it might be Ethan. We'll keep an eye on Landlord for the time being. We'll pick up where he left, we left off. 1 minute 40.083 in the second sector. Of course, Landlord has got quite a mountain to climb in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. He sits 33 points off the lead. Oh, and around he goes. And that's an unfortunate mistake for Landlord there. He recovers the car, gets us going again. We'll carry on where we were. Coming through the final 2 corners now. And that lap will stay valid, so it'll be no, he's going to come into the pits, so that will still count as a time to my knowledge. And here he comes over the line. It didn't count him because he came into the pits. And Samway Blaze then, his teammate and the championship leader, sets the first time of the night at 1 minute 33.6, sorry, yeah, 0.302. And Zach Sherman just 800 of a second behind him. There's Lycon in third and the other Aston Martin subbing in tonight. He makes his way around the final corner as Wardy goes third, 1 minute 35.2. And now Lycon goes third, 1 minute 34.2 himself. So he's put himself a lap faster, sorry, second fastest. BJ now goes third. There's Prolol, who's spun at the exact same place as Landlord. No problems by the looks of things. He keeps himself going and comes towards the pit lane, having most likely scuffed that set of tyres. So I doubt he won't be on those if he can help it. There's Fan, someone making a 3-point turn correctly again. He's also got an even heftier mountain to climb in the championship. Suddenly, he sits quite a way back. He was already an outsider, but it'd be a real underdog showing for him to try and pull anything out the bag now. He goes 4th fastest. So puts himself just behind his teammate. 7,000ths of a second between the two of them. That's very, very close between the drivers of the Constructors' Championship winning cars from last season. Then fourth on the grid for the moment, waiting now for the next few cars to come through. The next one being, I believe that will be Blaze coming into the pit lane now to end his first run. Here's Alvar then making his way around. You just look at the glare of the sun coming through these guys down the main straight, and like you could say it's thrown Alvar off a bit. And he invalidated his lap. So it's unfortunate for Alvar, he's had to go around again. Che Oliver starting his second run. Hopefully this one will go a bit further than the last one. Aaron Driver, as they make their way now through the second section. Yellow flag behind him at the back, and that's Wardy's gone around. Wardy, who's had a bit of an altercation with someone further down the field. Gets himself going again. Oliver pulling away early on here. He's got about half a second on the championship leader just behind him there in second place. Zach Sherman running in third still. BJ back there in fourth. Lando up to fifth now. Che Oliver now trying to force a lead early on. Right on board with Blaze here as he attempts to try and keep up with the McLaren in front of him. Into the left hand they go, and now into that 3-point right hand turn. 3 apexes to hit if he can hit all of them. And a brilliant first lap from Che Oliver. Another yellow flag for the back, and who is that for? And that's a spun. Alfa Menace also on spinners further back, and that was Courtney Goodwin. Everyone's done very well to avoid both Courtney Goodwin and Prolol there, as Oliver leads the first lap of this race. It's a lovely little train up towards turn number 1, in which Oliver showing the way. Blaze running in second, and Zach showing third. Down the hill they come once again. Six tenths now the gap between the two leaders as it stands. 710 Pinfans had a torrid start there. He's fallen back to 8th. The biggest gainer so far has been Dan in the Alfa Romeo, who of course you saw him with his front wing gone in qualifying. He's gone from dead last and he's already up to 13th place. He's got Huggy Badge just in front of him with game 4 places himself. Yellow flag again, and that is Courtney Goodwin for the second time in 2 laps. Stayed green for the time being. JB looking around trying to find a way around Ethan there. A bit deep into the corner, didn't quite get away with it. Ferguson and Dan now both with penalties to their names to go alongside Alvar, who's still running there in the 6th spot, but 4.2 seconds off of BJ in 5th place. Zach Sherman is sort of in a world of his own at this stage. Salve Lando almost a second back, but he's a second behind Blaze. Got a real Salve sandwich at this stage. But Blaze now really closing the gap on Che Oliver, and I dare say he might try something into turn 1 until he get a good enough exit. McLaren driver doing what he can, staying the lead right now. It's right on board with Blaze as he makes his way down the main straight. And DRS once again being deployed. Coming to turn 1. Didn't quite make it work. So not quite close enough yet for it to have any effect. The second DRS straight a lot longer, and so should really play to his strengths, and plus the advantage of having that DRS to his name. Zach Sherman really falling behind here, 1.8 seconds now between himself and Blaze in second. Huggy Bear getting hit with the penalty himself. That's 4 penalties now issued in the first 7 laps. We've gone so far without, which is always good to see. Blaze just about 4 tenths behind the race leaders to make their way through the left-hander. Good exit. DRS deployed. Oliver moves to the left to try and break the Blaze. Closing, goes late on the brakes, doesn't quite make it happen. And Zach Sherman being challenged by Landor to make the way through the corner. And the reigning champion now trying to make amends for losing out in qualifying to his teammate by trying to move up to try and challenge.